So recently picked up another rifle. This is a model 1903 Springfield rifle. I was able to find this on Dupage and only cost 800 bucks, so it's a pretty cheap purchase, and it is a 1903 with the correct ladder rear sight, so it's not a modified A3 or anything like that. So it's a pretty good deal, and I'm pretty happy with what I got. If you'd like to be notified of more videos like this, feel free to subscribe and sign up for alerts. And without further ado, we'll take a closer look at this rifle. You can see here, looking at the butt's in pretty good shape. So is the butt plate. There's a little bit of wear here. That's pretty common. Don't see any damage to the stock. Now this is a Springfield armory, and it is a low serial number. There was some issue with the heat treats on the low serial number, so you definitely can't run 200 grain or anything crazy through this. It's recommended that you really want to be careful with these low serial numbers, as the heat treats aren't known to be very reliable. On the rifle, you can see it's in pretty good condition. It does have a barrel date of March 1918 at Rock Island Arsenal. So this did get a new barrel at some point. This is a very early production, so it makes sense that it got a new barrel at some point in service life. See underneath here, it's in pretty good condition. A little bit of wear here, but that's pretty common. It does have a bent sling swivel as well. A little ding here. I'll go ahead and look at the other side. See the other side of the butt here, it's in pretty good shape. Looks pretty nice. There's 2 pins here, which tells me that this stock was put on sometime around World War II. And you can see there's a whole bunch of cartouches here. Went through various refurbishment. A lot of times these went through arsenals multiple times to get replacement parts, repairs done. You can see the rear sight, it does have the ladder sight you see on a 1903, as well as the short top handguard here. Later on you see that they bring the handguard up all the way up to the receiver, and you see them put a rear sight up here, kind of similar to what you see in like a later version M1 carbine. Now the 1903 has a pretty long service life in the US military. It was adopted in the early 1900s as a replacement for a lot of the Krag-Jorgensen rifles. Had a very similar action to the Mauser rifle variants that were out there. It was used during the First World War, as well as the Second World War, all the way through into Korea and even Vietnam. Particularly the A3 and A4 variants was also used as an A4 variant as a sniper rifle. Now around World War II, it started getting phased out pretty heavily. You still see it early in the war used by the US Army and particularly by the US Marine Corps. You see a lot of these at Guadalcanal. You can see a lot of these at North Africa and the Mediterranean. But by 1943-44, you start seeing a lot of these disappearing. You see a lot more M1 Garand rifles in use. And you see a lot of these used mostly by rear echelon troops, military police, stuff like that. So there's a pretty long service life. See a lot of it in a lot of famous Hollywood movies, and there's a pretty high demand for it in the military surplus market. So if you see one of these at a good price, definitely a good idea to pick one of these up. Again, I'm not sure if Dupage has any more of these, but last I checked there was one left. So it's a pretty good deal. So overall, this is in really nice shape. It's complete, aside from the bent rear sling swivel. And I mean, obviously just a few storage dents and dings. For $800, this is a really good deal. Last I checked, Dupage had one more left, but they may get more in stock. These are getting really hard to find. Sometimes you see them pop up in local shops, and the CMP had a release of them recently, but it's been getting pretty difficult to find these, especially ones that aren't sporterized or still in the original military configuration. Go ahead and take a look at the bore. So you can see the bore is in really nice shape. It does have to get cleaned out, but it's in pretty good condition. Rifling's pretty strong, nice and shiny. So in a future video, I'll take this all apart, show you how it looks under the wood, show you any markings I can find. I'll clean it up, reassemble it. And if you have any questions about this rifle, feel free to drop them in the comments. If you'd like to be alerted of the future video where I clean this up, feel free to subscribe and sign up for alerts. If you do buy a 1903 from Dupage, or you have bought one, I'll be very interested to hear what you got. Leave that in the comments as well. And as always, thank you for watching.